John, that means it is now time to go live to heaven for Jimmy Carter's presidential lock of the week.
Hello once again to my dear friends at Cast Iron Balls, and also to Abe, who sure was blowing a lot of hot air past his peanut chumpers about how poorly my picks were going, considering who's riding bitch in the rankings. Now, Abe, you couldn't pick your own nose without a full-page step-by-step memo, the approval to supervisors, and a full 30 p.m. Friday meeting. You spiteful and essential pencil pusher. I saw that President Trump is having the east wing of the White House demolished to make room for a new ballroom. Did you know that Rosalind was the first to have an official office of the First Lady in the White House? They called her an activist First Lady because she had a big staff and came to cabinet meetings and was always in my ear about policy stuff. I took that sort of criticism harder than she did. As Rosalind always used to say, ignore the haters, Jimmy. They just can't handle First Lady who fucks. Then she'd pop me one on the rear and tell me not to wait up. Lord, how I miss her. I just can't seem to track her down up here, in heaven just here. You know, I did not give a single Randy Billy Goats or left note about the preciousness of the White House building itself, one way or another. It's just an old building, and the shame isn't in what it looks like or how ugly the decor, but in who you let inside. And great bleeding Christ, on that front the American people sure have porked that pickle. Maybe someone will come along and put some solar panels on the roof again in a few years, like I did, and some good will come of it. And then you'll go and elect somebody who thinks solar panels are communist or poll cuts or whatever, and we can all laugh till our heads come off. And in which way, on to the lock of the week. Tennessee is coming off quite the disappointment in Tuscaloosa, and has to travel to Lexington to play the Wildcats, who are still coached by the lesser Stoops, for reasons ungraspable to the rational mind. I think they bounce back strong and win by a couple of touchdowns. At least, give me the balls, late at 8.5 points, and Josh Hippel can have himself a nice little cigarillo or something since he couldn't light up last weekend after getting pantsed by Alabama. I just realized that pants and depants is the same definition, like flammable and inflammable. Weird, isn't it? As always, enjoy the games with good food and drink, and most importantly, good company. And be kind to one another. For gosh sakes, almost nothing matters besides that. May God bless this great nation and this great podcast. Until next time, this is Jimmy from Plains for Cast Iron Balls.
Gonna set aside the vitriol at the top. I do wonder, do you think Jimmy has played like a round of illegal poker in his past when he was governor of Georgia?
Last week he was playing $100 per round gin rummy
that's true, yeah.
with Marlon Brando.
Also, can't find his wife. I wonder why.
It's, Jimmy in rare form tonight, I think, personally.
The tide will turn, Jimmy. This is a bad stretch I'm having, but the season is young.
Great bleeding Christ on that front. The American people sure have porked that pickle.
And how?
He can turn a phrase, that Jimmy Carter. You've been listening to Cast Iron Balls, a podcast about sports with Bob and Abe. Find the show, Lori's here too. Find the show on Substack, brainiron.substack.com for more from us, including the Billboard Hot 100 show, the Philip K. Dickquisition, and of course the flagship podcast of the Brain Iron multinational media empire, Cast Iron Brains. The opening and closing themes of the show were composed by Mark Gillig, tetramermusic.com, Tetramer music.com. For more from Mark. Abe, anything else in the world of sport catch your eye this week?
This is probably the third or fourth time I'm mentioning something along these lines. The sports to politics pipeline is very active this time.
Who now?
And this is going back to Alabama again. You guys remember A.J. McCarron of Alabama fame, won a couple of titles for Nick Saban back